Women play such a unique part in the economy, and it's unfair to assume that they play a lesser part in the business realm than men. Although we're slowly making headway with gender diversity, we still have a long road ahead. According to Forbes magazine, organizations are seeking greater diversity and gender equality. Yet, one study pointed out that there are more CEOs with the name John than there are women CEOs. In fact, the number of female CEOs in the US hovers around 4%. Just 4%! This year, women run only 4.8% of the companies on the Fortune Global 500 list. Though I obviously think women are powerhouses, there's a much bigger benefit to having a diverse group to your decision-making boards. Women just bring a completely different viewpoint and skill set to business, which is necessary for all industries. Let's take the company Sephora as an example. While male CEO Christopher De La Puente runs the business, more than 90% of the consumers are female, and 5 of its 9 executives are women. Female perspectives are necessary in a company like this to enhance the viewpoint that women have and to help make them known. Men don't understand what women are looking for or what they're fond of, nearly like women do, obviously. Women can guide the decision makers and direct the business models to what women are seeking out. Now, obviously Sephora is geared towards women and should have women leaders, but there are so many companies run by men that could really benefit from a female presence, and vice versa. Women dominate the consumer market. They're usually the big shoppers and the big spenders, right? A study done by Hult International Business School estimates that women contribute in excess of $20 trillion in consumer spending every year, representing a bigger growth market than China and India combined. Women also account for 85% of consumer purchases. Women are keeping this market alive. They're keeping everyone in business. They know and understand what the market is looking for. Hult continues to say that tapping into the insight both men and women offer can make products and services more marketable and a business more profitable. In fact, did you know that 65% of women in the US identify themselves as their household primary shoppers? What brands are really good at tapping into this massive consumer demographic? Take Lululemon, for example. Of course, it isn't an exclusively female brand. However, over 80% of their consumer market is actually female. So having 12 women on their executive board out of 20 individuals is actually very critical to the success of their company. So why do we have such few women being represented in the C-suite? How can we change this? Utilizing the different skills that both genders bring to the workforce is important. With business acumen, it becomes very apparent that bringing in some diversity is key to the success of a company. A Forbes article stated that women, more than men, have the abilities to see what others don't, do what others won't, and keep pushing their ideas and ideals when prudence says quit. The study continues to suggest that women are opportunity experts, networking professionals, and relationship specialists. Women are great team builders, efficient in their work, and very naturally organized. It becomes blatantly obvious that only having a team made up of men in their 50s could pull up some potential problems. When you're looking at your company through a business acumen lens, you're able to see that women bring a much wider variety of opinions and angles. Business acumen helps us to minimize the narrow-minded approach that having one demographic on your decision-making teams can do. Business acumen helps you to see who is adding value and what they're doing to add value. And diversity, having more women be part in decision-making will improve your business. That's just smart business acumen.